Hi guys, I'm back with another video for you today. I've got Francesca Bianchi here with me during Esxence in Milan. So we've got some new fragrances to talk to you about, and we're going to smell them on camera for you. She's got 3 fragrances here that she launched within the last couple of years.
Yeah, I would like to start with the last release, which is the Code of Emotion.
This one I'm not familiar with at all.
Totally, because
we're going to smell it on camera today for the first time.
Yes.
So what is the Code of Emotion?
The Code of Emotion, well, actually, like in this last release, I wanted to stress what's like the main objective and vision of the brand, which is always there, has always been there, but like I wanted to make it like clear. I'm not sure if you have filmed also the external exhibition, which would be really nice.
Yeah,
because
we'll do that.
It literally stresses our purpose, which is we sell emotions, we don't sell products or commodity. And another stress on emotions is here in the Code of Emotion, where I try to kind of reverse engineering an emotion, like, or better the mechanism to ignite an emotion. Basically, this is a fougere with tropical fruit. Okay, and
tropical fruit fougere.
Tropical fruit fougere.
That sounds great.
Yeah, and it is great.
And that bottle, I love the 100 ml bottles. By the way, they're
and
so
the
classy.
New cap, maybe you haven't.
Yeah, I have noticed that you have a new cap with a B on, BFB on it.
Yeah.
Nice.
Exactly. And basically, you have here 2 contrasting elements. So the fougere is something everybody can relate.
We can relate to it.
Too.
I grew up with it.
Who didn't? It's like your comfort zone is your area of serenity and calm, but it is twisted with an accord of tropical fruit with a specific focus on mango.
Okay.
And mango skin, if I have to be more specific, and that's very surprising, and it's like unpredicted. And this kind of how to say in English, juxtaposition, or like putting together 2 elements that are clashing makes this contrast so amazing, so surprising. And every time I had a lot of experiments on my table, but this one is the one that, while I was smelling it, I was just always smiling and having good feeling.
Actually, Francesca, actually, the skin is lending itself nicely to the greenness of the aromatic notes that are in here.
Exactly. It's
fruity, but it's not like those fruity fragrances that are very popular nowadays with all the brands.
You know, I don't like to do popular things or like trendy things. I like it. I like to experiment with mango, though, but in my own way, with my own vision, and without being cheesy or like too much vanilla. Actually, here I didn't even use vanilla.
Okay.
So regarding the Code of Emotion and what you said, like
does it feature your typical DNA of leather, iris?
In this case, I actually wanted to state that my signature, my DNA is emotion, rather than the usual iris leather accord, because here I forced myself not to use iris.
Okay. Well, why is it powdery?
Yeah, because you have cedarwood here. So I also
so it's creating
because
this
also
powdery
other
effect?
people, cedarwood can create some powdery effects, but you don't have the irisy, the typical irisy accord that I normally use. And a bit of leather maybe because I used a couple of ingredients for the Oakmoss, for the fougere accord, where you have like a sensation of leather, but it's not as stressed as in my other compositions. So this is the last release.
The Code of Emotion is really good, by the way.
Thank you.
Is this your most masculine creation?
Everybody finds it so unisex. Also, women, like very feminine women, they are like literally showering themselves on it.
So is it lavender and geranium? Do you have any other aromatics?
Yes, they are the simplest fougere structure, which is like made upside down by the fact that I'm using the accord with tropical fruit and mango.
I love the mango skin.
I also
It really does work great here.
Yeah, it has this hint of greenness, strangeness.
Yeah, slight bitterness. You did good on this one, guys. If you're a fougere lover, you definitely need to check out the Code of Emotion. I love the name too.
Thank you. It's like we really thought a lot also with the team about it. We really needed to stress what's the goal of the brand. Someone asked me, which is among your fragrances the most representative of Francesca Bianchi? Each of them is representative because each of them, ignite and evoke an emotion.
But you know what? This is probably the fragrance that's featuring the least Francesca Bianchi.
The least Francesca
DNA.
Bianchi DNA in terms of note, but like for me, the DNA of Francesca Bianchi is more of a spiritual, immaterial thing rather than a very more physical, factual thing.
Great work on this one. But before that, you launched Voluptuous Oud. Tell us about Voluptuous Oud.
So this one has been praised a lot by even technicians of fragrances, because for the first time someone has done a real oud accord without using those disgusting those molecules that everybody uses in the typical oud fragrances.
What is this oud? Which kind of oud is it?
This is Cambodian oud,
Okay.
so there is a real oud, but this is not the point. The point is the accord that I have created around these natural notes. So I inspire myself by real oud, meaning I took every part of the real oud, which is like the cheesiness. You know that real oud smells of cheese.
Yeah, it's
and
cheesy.
I transformed that cheese into something creamy and buttery. Okay. So you have this creaminess, which is kind of extension of oud, but in a nice way, in a wearable way. Then you have also some kind of fruitiness, which is enhanced by plum, and obviously wood and some smokiness in it. And I have to say, I used also caramel, ethyl maltol here. So it's in the end, it's a nude which is very pleasant. It's still performance-wise, long-lasting, big booster. So all the characteristic technical specs of Francesca Bianchi, but someone said, and I really like that, it's like a statement, again, very bold, but you can tell it's being created by a woman.
Really?
Yeah.
That's what they say?
Yeah, I don't know, it's like I took it as a compliment because it has some kind of, more tenderness, although it's...
Gentle touch?
Gentle touch, yeah. It's not like on your face. It just don't
There's
dry.
a softness about it. You're right. I mean,
There's a
the
softness.
oud is like edited down. It's not like screaming at you like this, like
exactly.
wild.
Yeah, and it became so much a bestseller that I'm literally getting crazy to run after one production after another.
Didn't you launch another fragrance that featured oud called Encounters?
Yes.
Which I wore a lot of.
Yeah.
I wore so much of that. I like that one.
I like that one too.
What's the difference?
The difference is that that one is much more sophisticated. It's more an iris with a hint of oud.
Okay.
To be honest, my intention was to keep them in balance, but at the end I wanted to give more space to the iris and use the oud as an animalic touch. Okay, the oud for me is an animalic note in my palette.
But how was that received next to the voluptuous oud?
Well, to be honest, nobody said they look alike. If you want to, we can also compare them, but they totally do not look alike.
Yeah, I don't remember. It's been over a year since I've worn it.
So you were saying that Encounters is the fragrance where I used the oud.
Yeah.
But
I thought that was your official oud fragrance, and then I saw voluptuous oud. So I thought you were going to maybe make a oud trilogy or something.
Trilogy, quadrilogy, I don't know. I think I love Encounters, and there are a lot of people who love Encounters because it's probably one of the most elegant
It's good.
in my collection.
I took it to Japan, and I think I was overspraying.
So you see, it's a totally different direction.
Yeah.
It has also more transparency, less thickness. It's more sophisticated.
I think that's why I liked it.
I also have to say that this is the first fragrance that I created when I started to take lessons from Bertrand Duchesneau. So,
You took lessons from Bertrand Duchesneau?
Yes.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah. Once in a while, I had some private lesson. That doesn't
He's
mean
awesome.
he's so cool. And this doesn't mean any endorsement, of course. I don't want to get any credit of the fact that I'm studying once in a while with him, but when I go to his laboratory in Paris, we really spend the whole day focusing like on specific formulas or like a specific material. Like when I started, it was like, Francesca, your creation, we totally miss this set of notes, like, so I had to learn also some, which is what I wanted to do, which is the reason why I reached out for help, because at a certain point in my career, I found that I couldn't, progress any further on my own, and I needed to, some consultancy.
So did you train with them about ouds?
Yeah, a bit. We with Encounter, we had the formula revised together.
Now that you mention it, I get some of his touches in the work.
And the Encounter was the first fragrance, and some people, they perceive there has been some differentiation, but with that I don't mean like I'm just gonna steal like the lessons that I need for my own vision.
Yeah.
Okay.
Makes sense.
There has been in the last year.
Yeah, you launched this one.
Yeah.
It's not my favorite genre, the Mariner's Rhyme.
But it has been so popular, and also this one, along with Sex in the Sea and Voluptuous, are like the constant bestseller from the launching. I have to say that this one, the Mariner's Rhyme, I was very scared to put this. I'm scared to put everything in the market, because recently, specifically, I'm doing always something different, like with the Encounters, I like kind of change my style, readjust my style. With Mariner's Rhyme, this is an ozonic fragrance.
So you wouldn't call it a marine?
Yeah, marine, ozonic. I mean, now you have to smell it. Like, there's a lot of things. I don't want to, to use a single category for it, because here, like, imagine you are in the middle of the ocean in a tempest. Okay. So my idea was not to do the usual replica of Acqua di Gio or Cool Water Davidoff. I didn't use any citrusy or aromatic notes, but I focused on aldehydes, splashed cold water on your face, like you are in a boat in the middle of a tempest.
Yeah, I'm not picking up your usual fishy marine smell, seaweed.
That's it. This is what
so this
I
is
also
more like
wanted,
a light sea breeze with a light touch of something sea. The woody, kind of ambery, powdery base.
Exactly. In fact, during the working title of this one was Iris Water. I actually started from the idea of using iris, but in a marine way, in a transparent way, adding transparency to it. Whereas in the past, I have always done more textured, thick type of iris.
I like this, It's wearable.
If I explain it to you,
but I wouldn't call it a marine fragrance.
It is marine because I used cologne.
Oh, you did use cologne.
This
is a note I despise.
I know.
You must have used an edited down version of cologne.
No. Everybody says I'm surprised. I hate cologne, but this is the
I'm
only
gonna try it on skin.
I can show you the real formula if you like.
Let's see.
I know this is probably the only fragrance with a cologne.
Oh,
okay. People who
it's appearing on my skin.
It's appearing, but just give it a try, because I have disguised it, like made it palatable with iris and also with this aldehyde. If you imagine eating an oyster, when you eat an oyster, you have this sensation on your mouth of metallic taste. Of the depth of the sea, of damp. In fact, I use like Oakmoss and Patchouli to give this idea of undergrowth soil, or like earth. And,
under the water.
Under the water.
This is the experience you get from the Mariner's Rhyme.
Yeah, the Mariner's Rhyme is like dramatic. Obviously, sorry I didn't mention it, but the Mariner's Rhyme is a poem by Coleridge that inspired also the Iron Maiden, an Iron Maiden song, not to mention King Crimson, Sailor Tale. So
going into heavy metal now.
Yeah, it's a romantic poem, romantic like from the Romanticism period, but it's about someone shooting an albatross and something very dramatic is happening. So like being dramatic. probably because I'm Italian. It's kind of signature.
Is that a trademark for Italians to be dramatic?
Yeah, probably.
You know, I have to say the coat of emotion is quite great. It's settling down really nicely on my skin. Really, really love it. I love the
Let
green,
me shower
green
again a little bit.
mango skin touch on there. It lends itself great to the greenness of the aromatics. That's going to be a hit, I think. That's going to be your next hit.
Not saying anything. I'm superstitious as any Italian. So, but these other two, these boys, the Oud, the MARINER'S Rhyme. I mean, really, I'm super, super happy of
Those
these
are
boys.
hits already.
Yeah, because and you know, like for me, the stress on emotion is so important. This year, the plan is to raise as many emotions possible. So
Okay.
we developed a kind of formula.
Okay.
So we can measure how many emotions we
So
are
you're
going
working
to
on
raise.
formulas outside of perfume now too, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much for doing this video.
Thanks so much for
You're
coming.
welcome.
Always a
Sorry
pleasure.
to wake you up early.
That's why I'm wearing sunglasses.
Guys, thanks so much for watching this video with Francesca Bianchi at Esxence in Milan. If you have any questions or comments, please list below. Please like this video. Please share it. Follow me on Instagram and Facebook, and I'll be back with more videos very soon. Have a good one. Goodbye.
Bye.